I like the Duke 200. Yeah, it's only 147. Cabal. Cabal, cabal, cabal. I think there's a gas station right here. So just go to the first one. Petron Blaze. Should put 1,000 in it. Kuya. Aye. Full Blaze. Full tank.
Two start, sir.
We'll see. So I thought I would do a little bit about what it's like to filter on an adventure bike. Now, if there's any road that you definitely need to filter on, it's going to be EDSA. Okay, so little bikes obviously have a huge advantage until we get on NLEX. What it's like to filter, I mean, it's not doing so bad, to be honest. I'd like to see what this is like at high speed, because this bike is definitely not for this purpose, but one of the biggest deciding factors of whether I go out of town or not is what it's like on EDSA. Now, it's safe to say it's a fact of life that this road is permanently like this. So if you're coming down in an over, like my car, one of these things, and you're at the mercy of traffic, then you pretty much have to add about an hour and a half to your trip. I'm not sure how they'd solve this problem. I mean, they are building a connection from SLEX to NLEX, because there's a lot of traffic that happens, that builds up on here just because of everyone not having an alternative route. Style of driving is quite different to my XSR 900. I don't feel much wind, to be honest. Not at all. It's fine. I mean, I can feel the heat of the engine around my ankles because I've got Toms on, but for the most part I'd basically say that this bike is pretty nimble, and EDSA is a good rule, but it feels hella stable, and I'm sure it can go to quite high speeds, but I'm not going to push it around here. I'm no longer surprised about people's driving etiquette. And KTM BGC have been very nice and given me this 1290, this adventure bike. I mean, when they said 1290 on Facebook, they were like, they didn't really specify, so I was expecting like a Super Duke 1290, and I thought, God, that's going to be pretty hard. So me and my girlfriend were both prepared to actually carry these backpacks on our back. Now, I was so relieved when it had a thing on the back. They had a mount. They went off and found like a net, like a spring net. So we've got the camera and everything is tied to the back in a nice hard case. So very comfortable, very worthwhile. Can hardly feel any wind on me. I mean, I'm used to naked bikes, and this shield keeps quite a lot off. I mean, I can just feel it brushing my shoulders. What time is it? Don't know. 20 past 12. Got about 4 hours to get there. Should be all good. Ooh, it's opening up nicely. Goodbye, Subic. This wonderful bike brought us here. Stayed at the Best Western. Everything was good. I really recommend this place, guys. Off to see the tigers now. Danny said just do it here. Nice little public beach. It's not really a nice one, but We're on the way to Subic. Just checked out the Best Western Hotel. As you can see from over there, there's the bay. Oh, it's so nice riding around here for, you know, an urban environment, because everyone follows the rules. So the reason why we're going to Subic is because Danny wants to see the tigers. She's gonna get a picture of a tiger on her lap, and this isn't a baby tiger, this is an actual tiger, probably like a young adult. A young adult feeding it milk on her lap. It's going to be definitely bigger than her, not including the tail. Gastropub, yellow cab. That's such a nice yellow cab. What's that? British motorcycles, Ace motorcycles. Wonder if they sell Triumphs in there. It's got a British flag. Sorry. So these buildings with the numbers on them, they used to be old military buildings, and obviously that was a way of identifying them. So you can't turn right on red here. Interesting. Those guys are apparently really strict. Subic has continued its reputation of following the rules, road traffic wise at least. So if you want to buy a car in Subic, you can actually get it tax-free, but you just can't take it out of the Freeport. So I noticed that our hotel shuttle bus that took us to the mall yesterday, so yeah, the shuttle bus that we had a blue plate, so you can't, you know, those, Danny falling off my bike. So it had a blue plate, and that means I guess it meant that it was part of here. But how awesome is that, tax-free? Because the tax that they charge in the Philippines normally is quite hefty. Yeah, sometimes it's like you'll see a car here and you compare it to the price abroad, especially in the UK, and it's like double the price almost, just because of the taxes. So I'm looking forward to the ride home today. I've got a gas up. There's about 140 kilometers left on the tank. I feel like Baron von Grumble here on this big touring bike, big adventure bike. Wonder what he would think. So I've really been thinking about getting a bike like this because it opens up new doors for you when you go traveling. I mean, there's no way I could carry what I carry on my XSR, on this, compared to my XSR, obviously. But it's only till you've ridden a bike like this that you start to actually consider, wow, you know, I know it's bulky, but it doesn't actually stop me from lane splitting, filtering, and you can carry as much as you need, really. I mean, you could easily go away for a week, you know, easily, and like you can go across terrain like this, like just bumpy roads, gravel tracks, no problem. So I mean, the tires that this comes with handles both kinds of environments, road surfaces. And I mean, I wouldn't be able to have pulled this trip off overnight in Subic if it wasn't for this bike. I mean, we've got a big case on the back, which you saw earlier. Certainly draws some attention, but I would much prefer going on this bike than going away in a car. Yeah, you feel more free. Yes, you have to wear the same sweaty jacket, but who cares? You're not stuck. Behind a car like that. It's quite a way out, isn't it, the zoo? Pretty far. So they have an international airport, would you believe, in this Freeport zone? We were in TGI Fridays last night and we were just surrounded by these old American men with young women. I'm not one to judge, but they were just talking like this, and we're gonna go get a cheeseburger, and you know, I want to get a, can I get a San Mig Light, please, sir? Felt like I was in a bar in America. So this is also a retirement haven for a lot of people. It's not obvious now, but there are neighborhoods. I think there's like 2 neighborhoods that used to be the American naval like officers housing. So proper neighborhood, little pool in the neighborhood as well. It's like a little America. FedEx actually had they were planning to actually have a hub for Southeast Asia from here until it was blocked by, you know, I think the Philippine government, just because it didn't have enough of a Philippine ownership in the company, or I don't know if FedEx wanted to give up any ownership of the company. So I mean, we're heading up this road. It used to be the battery for the US Navy. They used to, you know, if you know what a battery is, it's a storage for ammunition. My sister, she's Australian, but she's married to a nice chap called Wally Shield. Hello, if you're watching this. But he used to be he actually was here for a little while, something to do with the air traffic control when it was like Subic Naval Base before it became Subic Freeport Zone. And he would say this place was strewn with military. All Hands Beach sounds kind of dirty, but all hands on deck, you get where the term comes from. So you can see the big gas oil or gas oil storage, and this used to be the airport. The US government or the US Navy used to be, I think, the biggest employer, second to the Philippine government, or maybe it was slightly bigger than the Philippine government. But I mean, money used to roll in here. You know, there's no planes at that airport. Yeah, I mean, hardly see any planes land here. I saw a plane here last time and it had Pacquiao on it. There might be a plane sort of like parked up here. But yeah, the US just abandoned it. I think there was is it Mount Pinatubo that erupted? Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a mountain that erupted and covered this place in volcanic ash. Even, you know, some ash in Manila, I believe. Dodged a puddle here. You can see the remnants of the... It really looks very military-like. So, Andreas Scholl, if you're watching this, look at that. I mean, it's just an empty airport. Last time I was here in the evening, the sun was going down. Dusk. Last time I was here at dusk, there's a shitload of bats like swarming around. Schleepstung. Yeah, this is that plane. Still here. I wonder who's using it. That has not moved. So it can accommodate planes like that. I suppose it's a good hub, but the Philippine government inherited this for free, really. I mean, they lost the rent that they were getting from the US government, and I'm sure, if I read up correctly, it was something like $200 million a year, which in today's money, such a beautiful ride. So they hid all their ammunition out here. See her doing her thing. You can thank her for the Instagram account. So yeah, they basically hid all their ammunition here. They have a nice resort called Kamana Sanctuary and Spa, which I'll roll the drone shots here of from our previous visit. Roads are a bit slimy this morning. So Kamana is actually where an ammunition loading dock was. So it's got a big pier there, which you'll see in the video. and it's very deep, so the ships could come in with, you know, a shitload of ammunition and be half underwater, you know, in terms of the hull, and then basically unload and go back. And if I'm not mistaken, this military installation was bigger than, or is bigger, or was bigger than Pearl Harbor. I mean, it hasn't shrunk, it's just not. Forest Reservation. Welcome to Subic, guys. I am in no rush whatsoever. I've got to get this bike back before BGC, KTM BGC closes tonight. Guys, you made my weekend, man. Single tigers. Tiger photo. Look at it there. Hello. Turning circle is ridiculously small. Hi. They're albino. They're not usually white. They're European carabaos, they're white. Just trying to get the carabao you're used to her. Heavily moody. There you go. Not afraid. It's big nose. Alright guys, so this is what filtering on a KTM Super Adventure 1290 is like down EDSA. Now if there's any good ending to an adventure out of town, is your efficient entry into Manila. And if you're ever wondering if a Super Adventure or any big bike, it's quite big isn't it, is too big for EDSA to get through traffic, it's not. It's not a heavy bike. It doesn't feel heavy when you're riding it. It's got a tiny turning circle for the size of the bike. I mean, I think that it can turn in a smaller circle than my XSR 900. The suspension is amazing as well. I mean, I could probably put this in street mode and rain mode, since it was raining before, but I couldn't adjust it on the fly. If you're ever wondering, take a look. This is what it looks like. Go down EDSA on an adventure bike. Woohoo! I'm going to come off the Pasig entrance. Waze told me that it would be 5:30, so I'm half an hour early, but I'm not there yet, so I might be like 15 minutes early. But I'm going to go off the Pasig exit, go down C5, enter BGC that way. I know that the Guadalupe bridge is going to be ridiculous. I should be putting the suspension off-road. This road is so bumpy. Bum, 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 bum. Got a nice little dashboard up front where you can put your coinage. I need to get into the bus lane. So it's not that bad, is it? If you need to get about. Yeah, I think I got coins in there. They're rattling about. Let's see if this is hard. Welcome back to Manila. You could probably squeeze through even smaller gaps which I will show you guys at a more convenient date. So let's see. Come on, it's nice to see people moving out of the way. Thank God for that. Can a bike go faster down EDSA than an ambulance? I wonder what's going on. Filtering down EDSA on a touring bike. That exit is a lot later than I remember. Alright, almost there. Almost at KTM BGC. I know I've saved about half an hour. Yeah, that traffic was ridiculous over that overpass. Alright, here's the ultimate test. Let's see how this thing is. Through traffic. My helmet's starting to hurt my head now. Okay, not so bad, is it? Let's not go to Passig over there. Let's not go that way. Look at all that. I mean, so that was about 2 hours, no, 3 hours including the stop from Subic, and a whole load more fun down EDSA. Left lane must turn left. Speed bumps on this thing are reduced by about 90%. The thing is so smooth. As I mentioned to Bobby, magic carpet. Oops. Hold on. I thought it was in neutral. Oh, it can't turn red. Which way shall I go? Goodness me, it's so worth it. The comfort for the long ride, and this the top speed that you can get on it smoothly, very comfortably. So worth it. As you can see, I'm cruising past all the bikes here. No match. Feels so planted on this thing. Almost home. Well, this is almost home. God, that was a lot easier down EDSA and down C5, my God.